pa 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 ella, ella, pa 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 ella, pa pa ella,
Hello, and welcome to Locally 101. I'm your host, Rena Wilson, and here on Locally 101, we show you the best of California. Whether you're searching for unique destinations, authentic experiences, or high-quality services, you're sure to find your inspiration right here. We're coming to you today from the historic downtown La Mesa. This quaint community just a few miles east of San Diego has a rich and colorful past. From its agricultural origins in the late 1800s to a short period as a silent movie-making mecca in the early 1900s. Today, the village of La Mesa boasts a wide variety of restaurants, bars, and unique shops, sure to provide a memorable visit. In today's show, we'll talk coffee with Jason Mraz. We'll meet a teacher helping kids be their best. We'll discover a unique form of yoga, and we'll learn about an incredible program preparing kids for college. But first, if you're in the market to buy or sell a unique piece of art, furniture, or just a kooky tchotchke, you may be thinking eBay is your only option. And you would be so wrong. Head on over to La Mesa for a shopping experience truly like no other.
It's my little piece of heaven. It's spiritual, it's unique. We've been here a little bit over 12 years, my wife and I, and just we built this together. I'm the main source, driving force for it. She works behind the scenes. It's different from all other shops. We've been awarded for the past probably 10 years, best antique shops and services that we offer. We try to keep things that are unique and hard to find. We have 8 living artists that we support their art, and we kind of integrate it in with some of the items that we have. We have an estate services and appraisal services. Sometimes I go out to estates to help people downsize and just try to get them in direction after losing a family member and what to do with their heirlooms. It's very emotional, and I understand it. And I try to help them decide how to move along. But just knowing the stories and appreciating what these people did, and if I could take away a little bit and help out and move some of their legacy into the shop here, then I could pass that on to my customers.
He had passed, and his wife was still alive, but she wanted him down.
I'm a people person, but I appreciate art and I appreciate antiques, so I try to make things unique and tie in art to antiques and make it work for the clients that come in here and the customers. I want their experiences to be like they're at Disneyland. The past 12 years, we've shot 3 music videos. They felt there was a lot of good energy, and there were 2 short films that were done in here also.
My fiance and I, we just love going to antique stores everywhere, and we like finding old interesting things to kind of explore. And I like collecting, especially like erotica, stuff like that.
I think people do love stories. If I could share to where it came from, somebody cared for that. Somebody had it on their mantle, somebody had it in their case. It was special to them. Everything has a story. It was made somewhere. It was made by hand, manufactured. Is there 1,000 of them, or is there only one of them? This one is from the South, and they're having a barbecue in the backyard, and the family's all there, and you can't toss this. Somebody's gonna want this. It's a joy to be able to share my heart and the passion with these items. So if I could help out the situation, save some of that legacy, save some of that history, and pass it on, then it's a win-win for us here at the shop, the customers, the legacy, and for the family too. Well, thanks again, guys. Have a good weekend. Yeah. Thank you.
This place is amazing. I could spend hours looking at all the treasures in David's shop. You can check it out for yourself every Friday and Saturday, or book an appointment. Now, having a comfortable relationship with language and literature is an incredible asset to everyone, but especially to students. It's vital for communication, understanding others, and developing critical thinking. San Diego County Teacher of the Year, Maria Miller, encourages her students to use these skills to focus on their personal growth and to believe in their boundless potential. Take a look.
My name is Maria Miller. I teach English to 10th and 11th graders at Morris High School.
You're one of the 5 Teachers of the Year for the San Diego County. Congratulations.
I teach out of passion, I teach out of love. I teach because I think education empowers. But more than anything, it is about me giving back to a community very similar to where I grew up in. And I believe that teaching, learning, education is truly the gateway for many of our students to find themselves, to uplift themselves and their communities.
When I first interviewed her, there was something special about her. There was a spark in her eye. She is always friendly. She's always trying to build a culture here at Morris High School amongst the students as well as the staff. She has a little board outside her classroom that is like a welcoming statement, so that when you walk into her classroom, you know you're gonna feel the love and support, not just from the teacher, but also from your peers.
I'll describe Ms. Miller as one of those teachers who you could really feel safe around. She's like a mom. You could really just lean on her for anything. She'll be there.
When you're in her class, you're learning, but you're also learning how to be yourself outside of school. And she'll try to keep it real with you in order to just navigate through life, navigate through high school.
I want the students that walk into my classroom to know that our zip code does not define us, our gender. Wherever we identify, it's only the beginning. It doesn't mean that it's our entire narrative, nor is it our end game.
If you could describe the whole poetry slam.
It started off years ago as a poetry appreciation.
The first time I saw this happen with my colleagues, we were awestruck, telling ourselves we need to step up our game. How did Mrs. Miller get these students to do this in front of their peers?
Because they're in a presentation mode, the students are they become like another persona, and they feel like, okay, I can express myself, I could say this.
That's over the future for too long. Forgetting to savor our time to present.
It's not something that's forced for a grade. Real passion on issues that they picked themselves.
That was probably one of my favorite parts of the class. To know that maybe we weren't fixing the problem globally, but we were addressing it to our peers.
Every day that I come, it is a privilege. I see your faces every single day, and you know why we're here, right? We're here to uplift our community, and we uplift one another.
Congratulations, Maria Miller, for being named a San Diego County Teacher of the Year. Your passion is truly bringing out the best in each one of your students and is changing lives. On the other side of the break, we'll learn about an organization helping students in a different way. Stay right there. Welcome back to Locally 101. There are many paths to success, but a college degree definitely creates new opportunities. On average, a bachelor's degree increases a person's lifetime earnings by 84%. Wow. Reality Changers supports youth who will be the first in their families to graduate from college. It's work that is changing the trajectory of lives and communities. Take a look.
The failing stands for the first attempt in learning. In order to achieve success, you gotta fail, because if you don't fail, you're not trying, you're not pushing yourself, and you're not getting to the next level. You gotta push yourself.
Reality Changers is an organization right here in San Diego that focuses on serving youth become first-generation college graduates and agents of change in their communities. We support students that are traditionally overlooked. If you get a student in early and help them change their trajectory academically, they're going to be more successful in high school and then more successful by the time they get to college. So we support them from 8th grade all the way to, through, and beyond college. We've had a very long-standing partnership with the San Diego Foundation. They've been so very generous to us in supporting our students through COVID, scholarships for our students, and operational support. We really rely on them, and not only the financial, but also that stamp of approval that the San Diego Foundation believes in us.
What we recognize is that there are a lot of San Diegans who, no fault of their own, haven't had access to the great opportunities that exist in our region. And so our goal is to work through the nonprofit partners that we identify to actually create opportunities for those folks who otherwise may not have opportunities. We rely heavily on donors and partners to support the work at San Diego Foundation. That allows us then to fund nonprofits who are doing remarkable work like Reality Changers. We're very excited, to acknowledge our 50th year here in San Diego with our 50 and Forward campaign, and have set very ambitious goals for ourselves. Our goal is $1 billion in fundraising over the course of this campaign, and with that, we plan to make at least $500 million in grants to our nonprofit community.
I think having the support really allows me to share what I'm worried about. I used to always think that my problems were just my problems and nobody else is going to understand me. I think that getting to know these other people and being able to share our struggles and worries, it really helps us to keep pushing forward.
Our 8th through 11 program, we're really working with them after school on their homework, their assignments, preparing them for tests. Our 12th grade program is a little bit more intense as we prepare them for college. So we're helping them with their college applications, their essays, and more importantly, getting those financial aid applications submitted.
I think it's really important to have someone to look up to. These students maybe don't have the resources or someone to look up to at home. So being a mentor, I help them navigate either their academic journey, help them with their schoolwork, and it really just allows them to see someone else that was once in their shoes and that it can be done.
Before Reality Changers, I just knew that you make an application, you probably write a couple essays, and then you go into hopefully get accepted, but I didn't realize how convoluted and really confusing it would get. They really gave me the knowledge I needed to know to make the choices I wanted to make and seem confident in them rather than, okay, my family said I should go here or my friends say I should go there, rather than listening to what I wanted to go and trusting my own gut.
We know that it's not enough just to get these students into college. It's now about getting them beyond and through college. Without the support of the San Diego Foundation, a lot of our students wouldn't have the scholarships to go to college. So it means the world to us, and ultimately it means the world to our students. Talking about changing realities, that kind of investment in the community is not only going to change the reality of Reality Changer students, but San Diego community.
What an incredible program. You can find more about Reality Changers on their website, realitychangers.org, and explore a wide range of organizations that the San Diego Foundation supports at sdfoundation.org. When we come back, we'll find out how to sip our morning coffee and also how to help the planet. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Locally 101. You might know Jason Mraz for his incredible music career, but did you know he's now growing some of the world's finest coffee right here in California? Jason planted his first coffee trees on Mraz Family Farms in Oceanside in 2015, where their motto is to be organic, fair, and kind. You gotta love that.
I started my career in coffee shops. That's standing in the corner, trying to sing over a steam wand or an espresso machine or a burr grinder. And through my travels as an artist, I would dip into coffee shops all around the world and started to fall in love with the beverage itself. So I decided I would be more proactive with my trees and go organic and draw carbon down and be a better steward of the earth. Because for me, I felt like it was a good way to offset my music travels. We are in Oceanside, California, and we are a subtropical fruit farm. We grow 11 different varieties of coffee, and we are the producer of the coffee cherry, which is the very first step in the entire process to get a great cup of coffee. Every single tree requires a human to be visiting it weekly. We have about 2,400 coffee trees in the ground here on this farm. Of those 11 varieties, there are a few that are sought after. One specifically, probably the most sought after coffee in the world, is the geisha variety, which originated in Gesha village, Ethiopia.
The Mraz family farm, it's the first farm in San Diego County to produce a geisha. The farm is truly a project of love, I'll be honest with you. The best coffee typically is grown at the highest elevation.
And the reason for that, in that high altitude, is it gets colder up there. And it causes that cherry to slow down its ripening process.
What we lack in elevation, we make up for because we have winter.
It's a mild winter. We're in a subtropical region, so we only get to about freezing, but it's not enough of a winter to kill the plants and harm the fruit. So where we don't have altitude, we have latitude. And that latitude allows California, by sheer accident, be a specialty coffee producer. This one would probably be delicious. Geisha has a reputation for its flavor, this silky smoothness that goes along with it. It also has a reputation on the marketplace because historically it has always been the most expensive cup of coffee. I mean, last year's Best of Panama sold for over $1,000 a pound. And that, my friends, is just the green finished bean.
So this would be the geisha variety. This would be a natural, that's why there's a little bit of reddish color to it. The seeds are almost canoe shaped. They're oblong and they're narrower.
Once the roaster gets involved, they take that green bean, they add heat, the bean explodes, it loses half its weight and it doubles in size. And through the roasting process, that little green bean becomes that beautiful chocolatey coffee bean that everyone recognizes. If you get a California geisha, you're drinking one of the rarest coffees in the world. I love being a steward of the earth and seeing what happens when you plant a tree and give it love. It's very much the same in any business or creative endeavor where you plant an idea and you water it, you nurture it, and then over the years you see what it grows into. We're here on Earth for a limited time. It's a miracle that we're even here, have consciousness, and it's a real luxury and an honor to be able to spend my time with these sentient beings.
I love that shopping local can now include your morning brew. Mraz Family Farms Specialty Coffee is offered for sale by Fringe Coffee at fringecoffee.com. Jason also grows avocados and passion fruit, which you can order by the box on their website, mrazfamilyfarms.org. Sounds delicious. On the other side of the break, we'll explore an interesting trend happening in some adventurous yoga studios. Stay right there. Welcome back to Locally 101. If you're looking for an activity that lets you catch some air, but still stay pretty close to the ground, then an aerial yoga class might be something new for you to try this year. Take a look.
Right arm will extend back behind you for a twist. So aerial yoga is still a yoga practice, but it's using an aerial hammock as a prop to help you get into postures that may not necessarily be attainable for the average student on the mat. Also assists in inversions, and it kind of just adds like a fun new flow to yoga. This helps to lubricate through the hip joints.
I like the decompression of the spine. I love floating in the silks. There's not a better feeling.
I love how you really let gravity take hold of you. So you really release all the tension that you have and you release it and surrender it to gravity.
Arms extend straight back behind you. You don't need any background in aerial or yoga to take an aerial yoga class. It's a great beginner class. You have something to hold on to. You don't have to worry about balance as much because you have something that's going to catch you and support you. Hands will reach up for that fabric and exhale forward into your lunge. You take aerial yoga to gain flexibility. You don't need it to start. That's why you're here. You'll find a little bit deeper.
Whenever you're in the silk, you are completely just hanging, and so it's just a lot of release. I feel in my body, not as much tension. And then with flipping upside down, that always feels good, but then you're supported, you're not going anywhere, you're not gonna fall. It's just a really cool variation on yoga.
Pull the foot towards the head. With aerial yoga, you're gonna experience a lot of spinal decompression. So you're gonna open up through the back. It's great for lower back pain. It's great for people who sit or stand at their jobs all day. As well as all of that, it makes you happier. Inversions actually decrease your stress hormone production and increase your serotonin and dopamine levels.
Yoga is amazing because it has mind, body, spiritual benefits to it. And what I love most about it is it's all about the breath. It's all about you're moving with your breath and you're really releasing all the tension with your breath.
Pull the palms together, draw some power into your heart center space. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth.
I find that my stress level is down, my patience is very high, my blood pressure is very low, and I carry this feeling of peace and openness with me throughout my day.
You can release the hands down towards the ground. I think watching people's faces when they do something that they straight up thought that they could never do, and getting to see how excited they are and just seeing them be like, I didn't think I could do that, and then they can. So I really love sharing that with people and just watching people feel good and feel strong and feel proud and feel empowered. Namaste, and thank you so much for coming to class today.
That looks so relaxing. I may need to add aerial yoga to my bucket list for 2025. Well, that's all we have for you this time. Be sure to follow us to keep up with everything happening here at Locally 101. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see this and all of our shows. I'm Rena Wilson, and I'll see you next time on Locally 101.